your duties as Councilman Post 1 of the City of Centerville during your continuance of office, so help you God?
I do.
And do you further solemnly swear and affirm that you are not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due to the state of Georgia or any political subdivision or authority thereof, that you are not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, nor of either of the several states, nor of any foreign state, and that you are otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution of the United States and the state of Georgia and the charter of the city of Centerville, and that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Georgia?
I do.
And do you further solemnly swear that you have been a resident of Centerville for the time required by the Constitution and the laws of this state?
I do.
And do you further solemnly swear that you are a citizen of the United States, and being a councilman of the city of Centerville and the recipient of public funds for services rendered as such councilman, do you hereby further solemnly swear and affirm that you will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Georgia, and that you are not a member of the Communist Party?
I do.
Well, congratulations to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Post 1 candidate. Sir, come up and have a seat.
Need a blue pen? Just-
I have one, so we'll get you.
Maybe get
Sign right there at your new spot.
We'll, see if Clerk will let Chaz, I'm gonna send that to the probate court for recording. So we'll take that and pass it to the city clerk. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Judge. Always welcome you down here with us.
How do you all be?
Thank you very much.
Okay, the next item here is public comments. Do we have any public comments tonight that we're aware of? I don't see anybody out here raising their hand, so we pass on to the next thing, which is old business. Old business, item number 2 is amendment to the social media policy. Councilman Miho and Director Marketing Hogan, please.
Someone defers to Director Hogan.
I appreciate you, Councilman. Mayor and Council, you guys were presented by Chief Duncan last council meeting on July 6th. The addition of the Canine Storm Instagram and Canine Storm Facebook page. I apologize for not being here with you guys at that meeting, but you guys have been sent an updated social media policy in the meantime. We are up to 9 social media pages, and according to their social media policy, those have to be adopted by Mayor and Council. And so right now, it's just a point of information that there has been an amendment to the social media policy.
I do think Mayor and Council do have to vote to actually adopt the amended policy.
I apologize.
Okay.
So, Mayor, I make a motion that we adopt the amended policy. Second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the policy? Everybody's had an opportunity, I hope, to perhaps walk you down the first step. Okay. To read this amended policy. Anybody have any comments or questions about it? Okay, not hearing any. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. New
I
policy.
appreciate you.
Thank you so much. All right, next item is on the new business. Item number 3, home-based business license. SAN's Transportation Services, LLC. Owner Natasha Mitchell, 205 Village Walk. Councilman Wright and City Clerk Bentonville, please.
Is Ms. Mitchell here this evening?
No, she's not.
Mayor and Council, you have before you an application for a home-based business, SANS Transportation Services, and essentially she's going to be transporting folks in a non-emergency capacity just to doctor's appointments and things like that for folks that need a little help. And it doesn't appear that it would impact any of our neighbors in any negative way. So I move that we approve this application for a home-based business.
Okay, I have a motion, I have a second.
Yeah, second.
All right, any further discussion? Everybody knows I love having new business partners in the city. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right, now passes. They are a new business partner with us in the city of Centerville. Welcome to us. All right. Item number 4 is a point of information, fire station furnishings, Councilman Wright and Chief Jones, please.
Chief Jones, give us an update, would you?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Councilman Wright. Mayor and Council, as you may recall, back on May 4th, council meeting, I came to you guys and sought approval to purchase up to $75,000 worth of furnishings out of last year's budget. I have ordered the $75,000 worth, but we have not paid $75,000 worth. We've only spent about $22,000 so far. We're still waiting on the furniture to come in. Tonight, I'm projecting another $25,000-$30,000 to spend on furniture, furnishings, and other miscellaneous items that we'll need. And the funds can be utilized from the previous year's budget as well. We're under budget enough that these funds should cover that cost. And when the budget amendment, the first budget amendment comes up in October, I believe, we can roll those funds over to this current budget to pay for the extra items. That way there'll be no coming out of this budget, it'll be from the previous budget. The reason why we have so much extra in the budget from last year is personnel. We were short staffed most of the year, and plus some of the part-time staff, budget line items. And we're also under on some of the other line items.
You worked all this with Ms. Harrison?
Yes, I spoke to Ms. Harrison, and she said that'd be the best way to do it, is just roll over at the first budget amendment. All the furnishing should be in by then, and we'll have a total cost in. We'll be rolled over.
What's the budget date when they all be in?
Yeah, we'd like to know that, Mayor. That's part of the problem, is that shipping has been a real
Yeah.
issue, that you just,
No, you're right.
in every industry right now,
It's
shipping
very
is kind of
sporadic. I got an email a couple weeks ago saying it's another 6 to 8 weeks out on some furnishings. So we got some today, we're hoping to get some more this week and next week.
It's probably gonna push back, or there's a good chance it might push back our grand opening a little bit.
It might, I'm hoping we'll be in by September.
At least get enough stuff in there by then.
Yes. That's why we had a couple of days, I think the 30th is what we're gonna be looking at right now, but hopefully we'll stay on.
We can put all the couches in one room, we'll take everybody through and tour it, then we'll walk out to a bay and look at a fire truck, and y'all come in there behind us and move those couches to another room.
Yeah, we can do that, we can do that.
We'll figure it out. Mayor, this is just a point of information, so we don't have to take any action on it tonight. The chief just wanted to make us aware of this money that's being spent, and not being spent yet, but it's gonna be spent soon. So.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it very much. Item number 5 is demolition permit, fee waiver approval, Councilman Amijo and Director Hogan, please.
So again, I defer this to Director Hogan.
Yes, thank you so much, Mayor and Council. As you know, the Centerville Housing Team has been working diligently in order to make sure that our failing homes receive the attention they need in order to insulate current housing stock throughout the city of Centerville. We have 2 failing homes. One was determined as failing on our 2018 housing assessment, and it is 248 Collins Avenue. And then we also have another failed structure that was burned down in 2019. They have become nuisances to their neighbors, and so as an opportunity to work with our city attorney and with the Centerville Police Department, we have come up with a way to hopefully get these homes fixed up, demolished in the next couple of months, so that we can see some real progress on these properties that have become problem properties within their neighborhoods. So last week I emailed you guys a proposal from Meeks Grading. They were able to be a contractor, give a quote for the homeowner to bear that cost. One of the biggest pushbacks when talking to these landowners is, I don't have a contractor. I don't have a qualified contractor who can do the job. Well, there's a quote right here now. We also have had discussions about how there's a significant cost. Well, if the city of Centerville would waive the demolition permit, that shows that we are willing to work, willing to hopefully encourage demolition of these 2 properties. So what I have in front of you guys today is a demolition waiver, permit fee waiver agreement, and I'm just asking Mayor and Council to approve this waiver as a way to remediate failing homes within the city of Centerville.
Okay, this way we get both homes handled separately or together.
Separately.
Mayor, we have code enforcement cases that'll be coming to municipal court. And what we would like to do is have this approved as an plea negotiation tool in municipal court, and to show the judge, that the city is trying to work with people to get these things done, and we would not limit the use of this agreement to just these two homes in the future. If we can waive, these permit fees are $90. We know it's not a lot of money, but it does show good faith. But what we would do is ask the judge to set a certain amount of time for the demolition to be complete. And there's a bit of a clawback in these agreements, and just show some good faith, I think, on the city's part, and helps us to have something to encourage the judge to consider placing a time limit for getting these homes demolished, or homes that in future may need demolished. I think it's really important to understand that the goal of code enforcement is compliance, not punishment, because when people comply in code enforcement cases, now, by the time we get to court, we've been trying to work with them, but when people comply with code enforcement cases, it doesn't just benefit their property, it benefits the property around them and the city as a whole. So we're just looking for this as a tool, not only for these two properties, but properties in the future that we might need to waive some demolition permit fees, and try to get the judge to help us give that little extra push to get this done.
So what it sounds like you're saying is that this is gonna be on a case-by-case basis.
Well, it will. This is just for demolition permits. It's not, these are the two urgent ones right now. And they're just two examples that we had. As it comes up, we would like for you to approve the agreement. Like I said, this constitutes a waiver of fees to the tune of about $90. And we would like to be able to use this as a tool going forward without you all having to vote every single time.
Okay.
We would not waive other fees or costs or anything without coming back to council for approval.
Well, I think that's the question here is, because I mean, I'm all for waiving the fees. I think that's good. We want to help somebody if they're struggling enough with their property and they found their way into court. That's good. But if I read those estimates correctly, they were like $14,000 to get the demolition done. So if the barrier is finances, I think the $90 fee waiver is going to be pretty nominal.
That's just to show again, for the judge to see if the city has some good faith here.
So then what is the next step? Does this person just continue getting citations and continue being brought to court?
Oh, no.
Do something about it, or what is the?
No, we in these kind of cases, we'll ask the judge to set a deadline for compliance, and they have to report back.
Okay.
You know, these are a little bit newer cases about code enforcement. Demolition cases are a little newer cases for the court, but code enforcement cases are not new to the court. And he has been helpful with getting them. Sarah can tell you.
What is the next step in the process when they do get called back, and then if their response were to be, well, I cannot afford to do this.
Well, I will
demolition
tell you without going into it, some of the evidence will show that money is not necessarily the problem.
And that may be in these specific issues for sure. And the reason I bring this up is that I know that we've seen other cities pursue demolition grants and things like that. We've also seen the backhanded side of that be that the word in some of those cities is if you wait long enough, the city will pay for it for you.
The city
So
is not
it's
gonna
trying to make sure that you find a balance where you're trying to. We've had this discussion before about code enforcement, about finding the difference between somebody who can't and somebody who won't.
Well,
And that has to be the line that we strike.
well, of course, the city cannot go and do work on their private property to their benefit with tax dollars. So that would stop that. If there are grants that can be obtained, there would be some responsibility on the homeowner's part to comply with terms of the grant too. So, you know, right now what we know is one of the homes, particularly the burned down home, funding, the lack of funds is not an issue. There have been other large purchases of property made in a recent past.
Okay.
So we know that's not really the issue.
So this is won't, not can.
Yeah,
Yes,
one
sir.
of these homes was actually just sold in September of 2020, and she paid cash for it. So I mean, like, the money isn't an issue. These are the won'ts, not the can'ts. But I agree. I think that differentiation is important when looking at this agreement as a tool for remediation of failing homes.
By the time a code enforcement case gets to court, we've exhausted all other efforts to get people to do what they need to do for both their property and the people around them.
Okay, at this point, entertain a motion.
So, Mayor, I move that we approve this agreement as a remediation technique for failing homes in Centerville.
Second.
Okay, the agreement actually covers, now and future demolition permit fee waivers. waiver approval.
Thank you.
Can we amend that motion to apply to both of these agreements, or do we need to have separate?
We don't need to do them individually, you're just approving this particular agreement and us to offer that incentive, that's all.
We have a motion and a second. Anybody have any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, it's unanimous again, thank you very much.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll be glad to see some of those two go in particular. All right, next item here is comments from council. And traditionally, we start with post one, so Councilman Byrd, you get to lead us off. Do you have any comments?
I'm very glad to be here, and I look forward to serving Centerville and the residents of Centerville. And I've had discussions one-on-one with each of the other councilmen and the mayor, and I believe we'll be able to work really well together, and I look forward to it.
Okay, those two?
Yes, sir, thank you, Mayor. Say welcome to Councilman Byrd, and look forward to working with him. It's nice to have a full slate back up here again. We talked a little bit about code enforcement there at the end of the night. I would just encourage you, sometimes you do find yourself in a situation where you have to maybe encourage the police department to go and ask somebody to take care of something, but these are your neighbors. These are people you should know, and if you haven't at least made some good faith effort to talk to them and to say, hey, is there a reason that this is that way? Is there anything I can do to help? And you might say, well, that's not my responsibility. Maybe it's not. I do things a lot of times that aren't my responsibility, but these are your neighbors. This is our community. And if you go straight to the police department, anytime you have a minor grievance with somebody, then this is not going to be the place to live that we want it to be. So talk to your neighbors, know who they are, have their phone number, talk to somebody. It rains every 7 minutes right now. People's grass get high. Don't call the cops on them, okay? Talk to them first. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Those three, please.
Well, Mr. Mayor, I don't know what to say after following that. But
Is your grass high?
yes, it is.
Sorry.
But I do want to say welcome to Councilman Byrd. I look forward to working with you. And that's it.
Thank you very much. Those four, please.
So again, I'd like to extend our gratitude and congratulations to Robert Byrd being selected as our councilman post one. Same to your family. Welcome. I wanted to also mention that this past weekend we had the farmers market and the yoga in the park this last Saturday. And I was there very early. I got there about 9:05 or something like that. I think I beat Byrd there because he might got there a little after I did. So anyways, I went over there and got some really great stuff. They have these kind of, I think they're like crackers or something, but they're like addictive. And every time I see them, I always buy the same thing all the time, and I end up eating them like in 3 days or something. But in fact, I was selling them to everybody who was standing around me. I kept telling them, you guys got to try this. It was great. So I had a nice time over there. And I seen the whole area over there filled up with folks doing yoga in the park, and there were actually a couple of men over there as well. So that means that, Mayor, you and I next, we got to go up there and do yoga in the park.
This is it.
That's what I said. So,
You know what's young about, right?
that's right. But anyways, it looked like they were all having a good time. And that park is always active. It doesn't matter what time of day I go. There's people in the water, people in the park, people in the picnic area, people everywhere. You know, and so it's almost like constantly filled up. So I think that was certainly, you can definitely see the community enjoying all the efforts of this council and the city to keep that up and running, right? Mr. Broomfield?
Yes, sir.
You guys, everybody, every time you turn around, these guys are out there making sure everything's up working, and so thank you very much. So this coming Thursday is going to be a neighborhood watch meeting that's going to be held in Eagle Springs. We're inviting other neighborhood watch groups to participate as well. And so I just wanted to get the word out. I've already talked to several other neighborhood watch leaders in Centerville and encouraged them to come. It's going to be our first meeting. And so we're gonna start talking about, how the others are gonna continue moving on and doing their programs and so forth. And so I encourage, the citizens of Centerville, citizens of course Eagle Springs to attend the, neighborhood watch meeting, so it should be pretty good. It's in the clubhouse here. It'll be at 6 p.m. on Thursday. So we'll start off with just basic introductions, a little discussion about what Neighborhood Watch is, and then, because we haven't met since the pandemic, right? The pandemic, no one could get together and all that kind of stuff, so this will be the first time that we can come back out as a community and see things, and as a city. And so I've seen some interest from other groups as well that want to come out and see what we're doing. So we're ready to get busy, and hopefully everybody can stay safe, because I know that there's more stuff happening out there, and so we gotta be careful still. That's all I have, Mayor. Again, congratulations, Mr. Byrd. Welcome on board.
That's right. Okay, we had, this last race we had was actually a good race. Everybody was very courteous to each other. There were no problems out there, and I'll tell you, you can't ask for more than that out of a family. And that's what Centerville really is that we're a big family. And I appreciate the great race. I'm very happy for you, Mr. Byrd, that you won. Because I think you make a great addition up here. And I know we always need another mind for what's going on. 4 minds, 5 minds, you know, mind a little bit, and all this knowledge on both sides of it was great. Plus all my department heads. These department heads keep it going. A lot of appreciation there. You talk about the park and those cookies over there. I know what you're talking about, but you have one of those cookies. I don't see how you can make them last 3 days. If they get through the first day with that package,
They're delicious.
there's something wrong with me.
I know.
I can finish that package off of her.
Maybe I'll bring some next time to the next city council meeting.
Yeah.
Give one to each, every one.
The rest of them see what they're like, right? That's right. Okay, the last thing I have is, July the 28th, we're gonna have a blood drive here from 2 to 7 p.m. And we'd like to get some number of participants. We don't have too many signed up yet. I think about 8 or 9, something like that. We'd like to get about 35 signed up. That'd be the greatest thing if you can get 35 signed up. We do have a lot of people who show up. I have to say I don't give blood right now because they won't take it from me. I gave almost 2 gallons, I guess, and they officially count from the Red Cross. But prior to that, since I was in the military for so many years, they used to just come get me. I didn't count. I just, okay, you got O positive, follow me, and then away they go. Particularly when I worked in an Army hospital for 3 years. So, I gave a lot, but I was over in England during the mad cow disease period, so they decided I could no longer give blood. My wife said this was wrong with me, she thinks sometimes. But anyhow, I appreciate everybody who would come out and help sponsor that blood drive. Just come over there if you can, possibly give it. The recipients I know are really going to appreciate it because they're having a hard time with blood right now because of the pandemic and the problems that's occurred with that. So that's the last thing I have. And everybody have a great evening. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us.
We could get a picture of the mayor council up front.